CBOCUSD is responsible for holding contractors accountable for work that fails? Does the CBOC have access to that list? Who's on it? For what projects? For how much? Has a construction company that's given the contract for the original construction renovation been held accountable for these problems? Has a contractor that did the work at Harding, does the contractor that did this work at Harding still fulfill contracts for the district? Why are we paying for shoddy substandard work, or what at least appears to be shoddy substandard work? What is the district doing to recover the funds that were spent on this $1 million funds? What are we doing to recover it? And I will conclude very, very quickly. This is a $1.6 billion construction program. We're not in the Bush Leagues. This is one of the top 20 in the country. I'm tired of the obfuscation and unanswered questions, the manipulation, the delay, the intimidation, bullying, and the obstruction by the WCCUSD when the public, which has every right to ask how its money is being spent, that's $1,000 annually in the average household, puts forward legitimate questions and can't get them answered. If we learn that shoddy construction has in fact taken place at Harding and that WCCUSD is taking no action, then we need not only an independent review of the bond program's finances, but I also demand an independent review to determine the quality of the WCCUSD construction and whether it meets the spec standards and reasonable cost requirements.
Ben.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I just have one more thing.
Time's up, Ben.
The other question is, if it's not going to high quality construction, where is all the money going?
You presented some points for us to follow up on.
Right.
If you could write a letter, I'll make sure that it's distributed to the whole committee for her.
Oh, give us a copy of your
I would be happy to do that.
Okay,
Well, electronic version.
thank you, Ben.
I will get that taken.
Time is an issue.
Thank you.
Valerie.
Rico, I have a hard time not responding, at least in general, to
Yes, go
the
right
comments
ahead.
that were made. I mean, Mr. Steinberg makes a great argument about what happens when you don't have high-quality standards and you don't bring in professionals like waterproofing. So Harding was done without completing the roof because we thought we could do it on the cheap and only do a part of it. And it wasn't done with a waterproofing consultant until the fixtures that we had in terms of the windows and the exterior were not done anywhere close to our current standards now. And that's the reason for the failure. And yes, we did have a lawsuit with the architect over there. And I don't recall how it turned out. It's been a while ago.
Thank you. No public comments. Valerie, would you like to make a public comment? Would you like to stay where you are right there?
Yes, right there, thank you. My name's Lorraine Humes.
Oh, Lorraine.
That's okay. Would you bring the Helms Middle School sports field thing back up, Mr. Maggie? Last meeting I had asked, give you a report, questions, and one of them dealt with this. I haven't heard anything back from Mr. Maggie on anything I asked. But this Helms, there were 5 reports that were 100% completed. None of them had any pending change orders. Helms was completed in June, and according to his slide, there's a $31,486 change order still out there. Now, the material I gave to him, in June, Mrs. Kornberger went to a ribbon cutting ceremony for the Helms field. I've got the agenda item here. That was in May 13th. In June 25th, the school board had an agenda item, a notice of completion of Helms Middle School sports field. On July 9th, there was a $67,000 change order for this company for this field. Now there's a $31,000. Is this the change order that never dies? When are we going to be done with this?
Okay. Let me just inform you that we do have a change order subcommittee that will be reviewing specifics won't have to spend inordinate amounts of time as a full body going through this. And those people on that committee will, I'm sure, happy to address any questions from the public as well as from this committee relative to the change orders. And
Who's
this
the head
will
of the
be
committee?
A focus directly on that.
Oh, you're the head of the
No,
committee?
no, no, no.
I have a comment in response to that.
I think we should ask a question.
I think so too.
That's
what.
No, I'm not saying that we can't address it now.
We can-
I'm
we
just
can say that.
explaining that there is going to be a process by which many of these issues can be addressed with a focused group of people. But no, we should speak to whatever questions you will have. Please.
Just reaction, just so that there are no expectations by the public for something that I'm not certain has actually been made clear to the subcommittee members, and the chair of that committee can speak to that. But to say that individuals are going to attend to all the questions that the public asks, when we are, as a subcommittee members, in this new change order subcommittee, beginning to have an appreciation for how the district works, as well as beginning to establish how we're going to indeed have processes, I think is unfair to the public to have the person expect something when we're not ready to do that.
We're not asking that.
But you just made a statement that we
I
would be
said
doing
that
something.
that there are certain subcommittees that will be addressing specific issues that the public can address. If there are made public comments here, the change order committee and the chair can then decide if they have the ability to
Oh,
respond.
that's different.
Okay.
Thank you for
You're welcome.
clarifying that.
Well, I have just one thing. The public that just spoke, Lorraine, she mentioned that she reached out to, Mr. Abdullah, and she hasn't heard back from him. And I remember at the last meeting, he said that he would get her an answer. Because I asked how was she gonna get an answer to her question. And it's been a month, and she hasn't gotten an answer.
I know you're busy, especially with the